The Soviet Union did more for women than feminism ever will. Let's talk about women's liberation. Not the corporate feminism you see on Instagram, but real freedom. The kind that doesn't just help rich white women climb the ladder, but lifts up every working class woman. The kind that doesn't pit women against men, but unites them against the bosses who exploit them both. The Soviet Union proved this was possible. Within years of the revolution, Soviet women had rights Western women are still fighting for today. Equal pay by law in 1918, decades before the West. Free childcare so mothers could work without going broke. Legal abortion in 1920, not as some privilege to beg for, but as basic health care. Women became engineers, doctors, even cosmonauts, not because they leaned in, but because socialism made it possible. The Bolsheviks didn't need feminism. They knew the real enemy wasn't men, it was capitalism. Alexandra Kollontai, one of the revolution's leading women, put it simply.
The working woman does not need feminism. She fights not as a woman, but as a worker, a comrade in the common class struggle.
Compare that to today. Western feminism tells you to break glass ceilings, but who cleans up the shards? Other women paid poverty wages. It tells you to lean in, but never questions why the workday is so long that families are crumbling. It sells you empowerment while billionaires laugh, because feminism that doesn't threaten capitalism isn't liberation. It's a marketing strategy. The USSR wasn't perfect. Women still did a lot at home, but the state was actively working to change that. Communal kitchens, laundries, and childcare centers were built to free women from housework. Propaganda shamed men who didn't pull their weight. The goal was full automation, to eliminate drudgery entirely, not to make you hustle harder. Look at the numbers. By the 1980s, Soviet women held 30% of government seats. In the US of 2025, it's barely 29%. Soviet factories had free nurseries. American mothers pay $15,000 a year per child. The USSR had equal pay laws in 1918, the US still doesn't. Western feminism tells us to fear men, distrust them, compete with them. Socialism says, your real enemy is the boss. Your real allies are your working class brothers. The Soviet experiment showed what happens when we fight together. Not as women against men, but as workers against exploiters. So ask yourself, do you want a feminism that serves capitalism, or a revolution that frees everyone? Do you want girl bosses who smile while they underpay you, or a system that guarantees childcare, healthcare, and dignity for all? The choice is simple. Reject feminism that divides us. Fight for socialism that lifts us all.
A Soviet woman is equal in rights with a man, but SH is not exempt from nature's duty. SH is a matter. SH must drive birth.
Even this quote, which some twist as sexist, reveals the difference. The USSR valued motherhood and labor. It didn't force women to choose between them. Capitalism tells you you can have it all, if you just work harder. Socialism says, no, we'll rebuild society so no one has to break themselves to survive. That's real liberation, not feminism. Socialism,